Yo, what is up, guys? Right Gaming TV here, coming back at you with another video, and this video is kind of a special one. It's kind of more juicy. So yeah, as you can see on the screen, we're gonna be just doing the 2020 NBA season predictions. The main reason why I wanted to do this right now is because pretty much all the big free agents in this year of free agents was crazy, very crazy. So yeah, I just want to do predictions. All of the free agencies, like the big free agents, are pretty much over. So yeah, I'm just throwing at you guys my predictions. So, one little disclaimer for the video is when I'm recording the video, it's still early in the morning, so if it sounds like I'm kind of whispering ish, that's why. But I'm gonna try to get as close to my mic as possible. So yeah. Also, another thing is I have my phone with all the teams on it as like a reference because I did like a mock draft sort of thing with this. So yeah, I shouldn't be forgetting any NBA teams. So yeah, let's get right into this. My number one seed in the West Coast Conference, I believe, will be the Los Angeles Clippers. So yeah, the main reason why is because they added a big two in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. And then also they have a ton of good role players like Patrick Beverley, Montrezl Harrell on their team. So I believe they'll get the number one seed in the West Coast Conference, aka the best record. Now, with my number two seed, this might surprise some people. The Portland Trailblazers. As you probably don't know, I am a Portland Trailblazers fan. No bias in that. I just think they'll do good. They made it to that West Coast Finals last year without Nurkic. Now they have Nurkic and Hassan Whiteside. Well, Nurkic is going to be out for some of the season. So yeah. Now, with my number three seed, it's not as surprising. Very experienced team now, but still pretty young. The Denver Nuggets. They're always a good bet in the postseason. They play good. Great fans, great atmosphere in Denver. So yeah. Now with my 4 seed, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. Los Angeles Lakers. So many Los Angeles teams, jeez. Again, another big two. Not as good as like a team overall, because LeBron, AD, and then DeMarcus Cousins, but they're not that deep at all. So that's why I'm dropping them down to the 4 seed. If they had some better role players, I'd probably move them up higher. But right now, they're at a 4 seed. Good solid spot for them. Now, with the 5 seed, you guys are going to get mad. But I got the Warriors. They lost their big 3, 4, whatever you wanted to call it. KD's gone. Clay's gone for half the season. It's Steph Curry, and D'Angelo Russell, and Draymond Green. That's it. That's a playoff roster in my opinion. And Clay's coming back for pretty much the end of the year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Clay's coming back. So that's my reasoning why I think they'll be the 5 seed in the West Coast Conference. Now, with my 6 seed, I have the Spurs. They don't have a ton of very talented star players, well known, but their coach, Pop. It's always a bet to get to the playoffs. Great coach. They always play super hard. And they got some good draft picks this year. Always a bet to make it to the postseason. Spurs, my 6th pick. Sorry, my 6th seed. Now, with my 7th pick, I got the Rockets. Pretty much you're stupid if you don't have the Rockets making the playoffs. They got James Harden, Chris Paul, Clint Capella. For now, Chris Paul. They're making the playoffs. I could have even moved them up higher, maybe with like the Spurs or the Warriors, but I think 7's a good spot for them. And now with my last spot to make the West Conference playoffs. I got the Sacramento Kings. Oh, if I didn't spell Sacramento wrong. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Got the Sacramento Kings. They have a ton of great young players. A ton of great young players. And they're barely going to get in it with their fighting spirit. The young spirit, they're always going to play hard. And yeah, so that is pretty much my playoff rankings for the West Coast Conference. So yeah, leave any thoughts if you agree or disagree in the comments. So now, just missing out of the playoffs in the West Conference, I got the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz added a ton of people, but I still don't think they're a great team. They're in a very hard division with the Blazers, and I mean Thunder aren't going to be doing as good, but they still got the Blazers and the Nuggets, the 2 and 3 seeds in my opinion. So yeah, that's my thought. And another team that I think will be pretty close, just because of Zion. Let's be honest, and I guess I kind of some other young pieces is the New Orleans Pelicans. So yeah, those are my 2 teams that are missing out. So, alright, so there's my West Coast Conference rankings. Now we're going to get to the East Conference. Another disclaimer, I don't watch that much East games because they're pretty early where I live. So I haven't watched a ton of basketball, but I have kept up on the free agency, obviously. Alright, with the number 1 seed in the East Conference is the Milwaukee Bucks. Haven't really got rid of anybody. They just re-signed people, got new players. They're the best team in the East by far, in my opinion. It's not really that close. They got the MVP, Giannis. Ton of new players. Middleton, believe, is coming back. I think Avery Bradley's going to go there. Brook Lopez. So, yeah. They're pretty much a lock number 1 seed in my eyes. Number 2 seed. This is where it gets kind of interesting. Because you have a ton of, teams that haven't really been in the running before. And I think I'm going to go there. I'm going to go the Brooklyn Nets. They're not experienced at all, besides KD and kind of Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie, because yeah. So those 2 are just going to carry them, I think. They're going to have that good fans in Brooklyn, a.k.a. the New York Knicks bandwagoners. So, yeah, number 2 seed. They just got pure talent from those 2 players. And with my number 3 seed, I have the Boston Celtics. They got rid of Kyrie. They've added some good players. And the reason why I have Boston over Philadelphia is because I believe Kemba Walker is going to play super good later in the regular season. Super good. Not to mention, they lost Al Horford, but I still think they're going to get the 3 seed. And then, obviously, 4 seed, they got Al Horford. They got some other players. It's the 76ers. So a lot of people might flip those picks, but I don't know. I just believe in the Boston Celtics. They got the luck of the Irish. Number 5 pick. We got the Indiana Pacers. I believe Oladipo is coming back. Maybe not at the start of the year, but definitely coming back for some games in the season. I believe it would have been the Pacers versus the Raptors in the East Coast Finals if the Pacers were healthy. They got Sabonis, ton of good young players. Miles Turner, always a lock in the mid tiers of the East Coast Conference. So yeah, 5 seed Indiana Pacers. Now it's 6 seed. This is where it gets interesting because you don't have a lot of great teams after the top 5 in these. Because obviously the East Coast Conference is not that good. So with my 6th pick, I got the Miami Heat. The main reason why I'm going Miami Heat is because Jimmy Butler. Big name free agent. I don't believe he's gonna play as good as when he played in Chicago, but you got some other young players. You got some players from the Portland Trailblazers. I can't remember because of the Hassan Whiteside trade. You got some good draft picks. You got I think you got a few draft picks this year, and you also have some other young players like Bam Adebayo, who's a beast. So yeah, Miami Heat are always in the thick of things in the East Coast, in Eastern Conference playoffs. So down to my 7th seed. These are where the teams get really bad. This might piss off some people, but I got the New York Knicks. They don't have a lot of talent. They got Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. That's kind of it. Madison Square Garden will push them to the playoffs. That's my only reasoning. East Coast is very weak. That's kind of why also. If they were in the Western Conference, they wouldn't even be close to making the playoffs. And then with my 8th seed, a below 500 team, in my opinion, like it always is, it's going to be the Orlando Magic again. Orlando Magic are always in the thick of things as well in the playoffs. Sometimes they miss out. Sometimes they get like that 7th or 8th seed. And I think that's going to happen again. They're going to get that 8th seed because they're young players. Mo Bamba got some draft picks. They're not going to be a great team because they don't have a ton of talent. But it's the Eastern Conference. They're going to barely make the playoffs as a below 500 team. That's just how it works there. Just missing out of the playoffs. This might surprise some people. I don't believe the Raptors will make the playoffs. I think they'll be very close. Actually, no. No, I'm changing that. I got Raptors in the 8th spot. I think Raptors will be slightly better than the Magic. So yeah, Raptors in 8, then Magic missing out. Because I forgot, Raptors lost a ton of people, but they still got Siakam, Van Fleet. So yeah, Magic barely missing out. And another team I guess will be kind of close is the Pistons, just because of their front court. I guess not gonna be a great team. If you miss out of the Eastern Conference playoffs, you're not a good team. That's just how it works. So yeah, these are all my regular season predictions. Like I said earlier, comment down below if you agree or disagree. So yeah, we got West and the East. Now let's get into the playoff predictions. Everyone's favorite. Okay, in the Western Conference Final, I have the Clippers versus the Warriors. Warriors still have a death lineup in the Splash Bros. It's going to piss some people off. Warriors are still a good team. I'm sorry, guys. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. The Eastern Conference Finals. I got the Milwaukee Bucks, the 1 seed, and the 76ers. 76ers made some great moves. Yeah, I believe the 4-5 matchup is on the other side of the bracket than the 1 seed. I'm sorry if it isn't. If not, I think it's going to be the Celtics, but I'm pretty sure it is. So Bucks 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals. 76ers added Al Horford. They still got they lost Jimmy Butler. They still have Tobias Harris. Yeah. Now, the NBA Finals. The past 5 years, we've had the Golden State Warriors. Will that stay the same? It will. Let's be honest. Yeah. It's going to stay. We got the Warriors. Warriors are going to make the NBA Final, but will they win it? Warriors will be going against, in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Milwaukee Bucks. 1 seed and a 5 seed, I believe. Now, the final prediction of the 2020 NBA season predictions in the playoffs, the NBA champion will be the Milwaukee Bucks. No bias. I hate the Warriors. Thank you guys for watching. Milwaukee Bucks wing in 2020. Peace.